Just 4 days before the 2004 U.S. presidential election, a videotape featuring Osama bin Laden was aired on various news channels. This election was crucial in American history, with both candidates, George Bush and John Kerry, promising to take revenge for the 9/11 attacks by capturing Osama bin Laden. In the video, aired by Al Jazeera, Osama bin Laden appeared healthy and openly accepted responsibility for the 9/11 attacks in a more direct manner than before. The purpose of this video was to show the world, especially America, that the most wanted man was still feeling safe, even as the U.S. was on the hunt for him. At the same time, the CIA's Special Task Force in Virginia, established to track down bin Laden, had reached a frustrating standstill. All their leads had gone cold. Just 3 years earlier, the CIA had been very close to capturing bin Laden, who was now boasting about his success in the video. Following the 9/11 attacks, the U.S. launched an invasion of Afghanistan in October 2001, pushing al-Qaeda fighters into the eastern parts of the country. The fighters, including bin Laden, took refuge in the caves of Tora Bora. Although the CIA believed bin Laden was hiding there, despite fighting alongside local allies and American forces, they couldn't capture him. Airstrikes were called in, but bin Laden had already escaped by the time the battle was over. Only 20 people were captured after the battle, and the CIA missed their first golden opportunity to capture bin Laden. One of the men captured during that operation was Mohammed al-Qahtani, a name that was initially unknown to the CIA. Al-Qahtani initially claimed to have come to Afghanistan for falcon hunting, but when his fingerprints were taken, they matched records in the U.S. system. He had attempted to enter the U.S. at Orlando International Airport just a few weeks before the 9/11 attacks, but customs officials had denied him entry, suspecting foul play. This man turned out to be the same person captured in Tora Bora. Investigators later linked al-Qahtani to the 9/11 plot. Evidence suggested that he was supposed to be part of the team that hijacked United Airlines Flight 93, which crashed in Pennsylvania after passengers tried to regain control of the plane. After thorough interrogation, al-Qahtani admitted his ties to al-Qaeda. He revealed that just 2 months before the 9/11 attacks, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, the mastermind of the attacks, introduced him to Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti, who trained him. Despite obtaining valuable information about the structure of al-Qaeda, the CIA still struggled to locate Osama bin Laden. They knew he was sending messages, but none of his family members were in contact with him. They shifted their focus to finding bin Laden's courier network, the people who carried messages to and from him. In January 2004, Kurdish security forces arrested a man named Hassan Gul, who was carrying a letter from bin Laden. Under interrogation, Gul revealed that Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti was bin Laden's personal courier, the same man who had trained Mohammed al-Qahtani. The CIA began to focus on tracking down al-Kuwaiti. In 2005, another al-Qaeda member, Abu Faraj al-Libi, was captured. Though he downplayed al-Kuwaiti's importance, the CIA wasn't convinced. They believed al-Kuwaiti played a bigger role than some al-Qaeda members were willing to admit. In 2007, the CIA received critical information from another intelligence agency. It revealed that al-Kuwaiti's real name was Ibrahim Saeed Ahmed, and that he was a Pakistani national with ties to Kuwait. For the next few years, the CIA focused on tracking al-Kuwaiti by monitoring communications between the Middle East and Pakistan. In June 2010, after years of tapping phone calls and following leads, the CIA finally intercepted a phone conversation that led them to believe they had found al-Kuwaiti. They began ground surveillance and eventually tracked him to a compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. After months of observation, the CIA suspected that Osama bin Laden himself was hiding in the compound. On May 1, 2011, a team of U.S. Navy SEALs launched Operation Neptune Spear. The mission was highly secretive, with Pakistan's government kept in the dark. The SEALs used stealth helicopters to avoid detection by Pakistani radar. Within 15 minutes of entering the compound, they had located and killed Osama bin Laden. His body was later buried at sea, according to U.S. officials. This mission marked the end of a decade-long hunt for the mastermind behind the 9/11 attacks.